Welcome to Allie's Attic, where you never know what kind of surprise you'll find in my attic. I'm your host, Allie, and today my surprise is one I've been looking forward to since I started this journey. It's an international rock band based in Hollywood, California. Two of the members are with me today. I have Ramon and I have Guy from Disciples of Babylon. Welcome, guys!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hello, how are you guys?
We're good. I don't think we're as hot as you guys are right now. We just had a thunderstorm.
Almost melting here.
Yeah, I don't want you to melt. So, like I said, thank you so much for coming on my show. I've been waiting forever for you guys to come on. I love your music. And I know you guys have been really busy, so thank you. So basically, what I want you to do is just basically tell me your journey. I mean, each of you, or as your journey as the band getting together, through the musical, like the Musicians Institute College of Contemporary Music in Hollywood, which is kind of basically where it all kind of started. So just basically tell me your journey right up to now.
Do you want to go ahead? Yeah, I'm going to start with this one. All right. So I was born and raised in Brazil, in São Paulo. And I started playing the bass when I was 14 years old, pretty much. I had played piano before, but classical music wasn't for me. I didn't have the discipline, to thrive in classical music. So I remember when I first heard AC/DC. I think the first real rock and roll song that I heard that I actually engaged with, because you hear rock and roll all your life, but then somehow it clicks, and it was Thunderstruck by AC/DC. I remember that in school. And I decided to put a band together. I had a bunch of friends already that played instruments, and the only thing that they didn't have was a bass player. So that's how I ended up playing the bass. Fortunately enough, because it's, especially for a working musician in LA, it's very well appreciated. There's not a lot of bass players around the area, so, I mean, there is, but there's way more good ones, other instruments than bass. But I did start playing back then when I was a teenager. And for a family that has no musicians, working musicians, of course, my uncle plays guitar a little bit and everything, but no professional musicians in the family. Especially growing up in Brazil, the prospect of being a musician in Brazil was a little scary for my family.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up chasing another career for a good 7 years. I went through dentistry school, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I graduated as a dentist in 2010, and I worked for pretty much a year after I graduated as a surgeon. But then, of course, I never left music. I always had bands and projects going on. But then I decided to come to LA and really give music a try.
Mm-hmm.
Give a chance to just do music for a little while. And it's been 7 years ever since.
Awesome.
It's crazy. So my first point here was going to MI. I decided if I really want to do this, I gotta recycle some of my knowledge and my playing, and I need the network. I knew that it was going to be a tough road, but having the advantage of networking with a lot of musicians would come in hand. And so I went to Musicians Institute in Hollywood in 2012.
2012.
2000. Yes, that's correct. And she knows. Oh yeah, she knows it better than I. Yeah, no, actually, I got there in September 2011. Yeah. And
okay.
12. That's correct.
Okay.
And then that's where I met Ramon. We ended up playing in a couple of bands in there with Ulcer Singer, and that's also where we met Andres, our current producer. Great drummer, and an incredible musician overall.
Mm-hmm.
Great guy as well, of course. And that's how after, and I'll let Ramon take it from here. After he had met Eric, that's when they invited me to join the band because they were in need of a bass player.
Okay, and I'm just going to go through the names of the band members because then everybody knows, and I hope to God I pronounce everything right. So Eric Knight is lead vocals, and you also have Chris, is it Toller on drums, along with you two. So so now when you say the names, everybody's gonna know who they are. So yeah, continue on.
Yeah. Well, basically, I moved to Los Angeles almost 8 years ago, and same thing. I was playing guitar. I had a career back in Spain. I'm from Spain originally, and yeah, I came to MI. I didn't know when I moved here. I didn't know for how long it's supposed to be. I was just like, okay, I just want to finish the school there and let's see what's up, right? So yeah, when you are in MI, one of the best things that school has is like you meet a lot of people. You meet people from all over the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where Guy and I we met playing for with different projects and different bands. This is how Andres and us we met. We were like colleagues at the school. Andres is our producer. That's where I met Eric. Eric went to MI a few years early than us. Apparently, because I don't remember that day, we met like in a kind of like a
meet and greet
of things like for alumni, current students. So we met and briefly just said a few words and that's it. What happened was like apparently I did post a video of me playing those guitar covers, solos that all the guitar players we do in YouTube used to see. Hey,
every
solo,
guitar
right?
player.
Yeah, I think exactly.
Yeah. So that came very well because apparently Eric watched that video. He really liked my playing. And apparently he was doing his solo career, but he always had the idea to form, like to create a real band, right? With bandmates, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
everybody contributes to the music.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So he sent me an email like, hey Ramon, I don't know if you remember me. We met like that day at that meet and greet, and I was like, yeah, of course I remember you. Hollywood lies, right? So yeah, of course. Yeah, it's like yeah. So well, basically he was like telling me, yeah, man, I have the idea. I would like just to meet with you to see what do you want to do? If you think this will be cool or not. So we had a coffee. We got to meet each other, right? Like because I didn't remember first time. So yeah, I mean, of course, when he reached me out, I asked him, okay, man, will you send me some links so I can hear your voice and all that stuff? I went to check his things, and I was like, dude, this guy is incredible singer, right? So, one thing is like the quality of the musicians, and another thing is like, if you want to be in a band with somebody, you have to have any kind of connection, French. You have to have like a friendship,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we had a coffee, and I was like, yeah, let's have a meeting, let's have a writing session, and start to write music. Let's see what happens. We met one day. We wrote two of the songs that they are in our first EP, Welcome to Babylon. It wasn't all full songs, but
pretty much the whole time.
We kind of came like in a session. We came with that song Karma and with this song
Arrived, yeah.
Yeah, both like the main structure of the song and all that stuff. So Eric and I felt very nice, a great chemistry between each other. So we were like, okay, cool. We had a second meeting and we were like, okay, man, what do you think about this? And we were like, dude, I'm so excited about this. And he was like, yeah, me too. So we were like, okay, let's do it. It's like, okay, we decided, okay, let's go for it.
Put a band together.
Yeah, let's put a band together. So Eric was telling me, dude, I know a very good drummer that would like to be a part on it. And I was like, okay, cool, I know a bass player. So that's how I like. Of course, he and I, we were playing together. We used to live in the same street, in the same street. We were neighbor. We hang out a lot.
Wow.
So besides his qualities like a musician, he's one of my best friends here, right? So
Mhm.
so it was like, yeah. So I bring Guy, like my part of the let's do a band, right?
Mhm.
The drummer situation was a little bit different because we were like running from different drummers, all the stuff until we found Chris.
Yeah.
But at that point, we approached our first EP, Welcome to Babylon, like a power trio without any drummer, like Guy, Eric, and I, right?
Mhm.
But we did it with Andres Torres, our producer, and he's like he mentioned he's an incredible drummer. So he's a very good friend of us. So I was just telling him about the project and all the stuff. So he was like, dude, let's come together. Let's develop the 3 songs, the best 3 songs that you guys can have. I'm just going to record drums with you for you guys for that EP. So that in the first EP, the drummer is Andres, and he produced it too, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, basically that's what everything started. So when we had that EP, we started playing shows. We were looking for drummers until we found Chris, and Chris has been with us for almost 2 years already.
Yeah.
And he's a solid piece for the band. He's like like I said, we knew Chris because I knew Chris because I was doing a lot playing for a different artist, and he was playing drums. And very good, nice guy. We become very good friends, and he's an incredible drummer too. So he was the last piece to come to the team. We're still, the rest is story, right? Yeah. So that's how everything started, right?
How you guys all came together.
Yes.
It's a cool story. Did Eric know that you didn't remember him because he's going to?
Yeah, of course.
No, now he knows. Yeah.
People was like, yeah, like I said, like we are very good friends. We always making fun, making jokes, all this stuff.
Yeah, right. It's like this is a therapy session. Like, oh, by the way, don't tell him that. Kind of get pissed off.
Okay.
But we ended up like having, Guy is from Brazil. I'm from Spain. Eric is from Miami, and Chris is from Chicago. And we met here in Los Angeles. It's kind of like. But we say like an international rock band. It's like because it's like pretty international. Right?
Yeah, because it is, right, exactly.
Flavor everywhere.
Now, okay, you made your first EP. It went out. It got very, very, very good response. And I'm gonna go through some of the this EP release, Welcome to Babylon. Now, it was selected as one of the acts in April of 2016 to compete for the Vans Road to Vans Warped Tour kickoff in June with Sleeping with Sirens, Crown the Empire, Sum 41, and much, much more.
Yeah.
So that was that's very good.
Yeah, that was pretty
That's
cool.
exciting.
That was
Now, your debut song, Karma, it's being played on radio stations. Is it across the U.S. and the U.K.? Like, where is it?
Across all over the world, we have we're still having plays. Karma plays United States, a little bit of Canada, South America, all Latin America, you name it, like everywhere, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, of course. I don't know, I'm forgetting countries for sure. Europe. England, Australia, Japan.
Yeah, Australia.
Yeah, I have like a very good friend that he lives in Japan, and he's like, I got like a weird call in the middle of the night.
I was gonna say
And
that.
I was like, what is that? Like, I picked the phone. I was like, that's so random. Something happened. I was like, dude, I listened to your song here. I'm in Japan, like wherever in Japan, in this rock bar, they're streaming Karma, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, that's great.
Yeah. Same thing happened to me. So one day, I think we were driving, or no, we were doing some recording here. And then I started getting like emails and text messages, and one of my friends, she took a picture of the display of her radio in the car, and it said Karma by Disciples of Babylon. And she's like, dude, you're on the biggest rock station in Sao Paulo right now, which is it's called 89 Rock Station. And it's such a trip because it's stuff that I grew up listening to that radio station all my life. It was by far my favorite radio station. And all of a sudden your song is being played there, and it's a trip.
I guess it would be. That is so awesome, especially from one that you listened to while growing up. That is so cool. I like that. Okay, so now, like, you're compared to some of the music's biggest, like, heavy hitters, like Muse, the Foo Fighters, Queen, The Who, Stone Temple Pilots, U2's, Led Zeppelin, like all the great bands. And how do you, like, I know you're very, very, selective with your songs and what you're putting out and how you're producing them. Why are you producing them? Like, they're bands that you've looked up to, so you're taking little bits from each of, because when I listen to you, I hear you guys. Like, I mean, it's so distinctive. Yeah. But I also hear little bits of, a little bit of Led Zeppelin, a little bit, like Rush, everything. There's all kinds of things in there. So is that how you kind of come together once you've written the song on how you're going to produce it?
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, like, the cool thing about for us in Disciples of Babylon is, like, when we write music, we don't think about, oh, this has to be sounding like this or should be sounding like that.
Yeah, we don't think about the outcome itself.
Yeah.
Let it flow.
It's just like more like it's the creative process is like, let's see if this cool, we like it, we go for it. And of course, all the bands that you name it, there are bands that we've been listening to it since we were kids. I remember my dad putting Led Zeppelin, the Police, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, and I know that everybody in the band, we kind of had the same background of music, like growing up. Everybody grew up like listen to a lot of like rock, classic rock, pop music, right? So I guess that those things comes naturally.
Yeah,
right?
It just happens. Yeah. And that's cool.
It's not that we think, okay, let's play like this. Let's write a song like Led Zeppelin, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
You can tell it's you. There's just little bits. Like, you say that your songs are written to cater to the listener and provide an immersive experience like no other, which it is. And the songs echo like a progressive message meant to elevate and inspire the audience while still playing homage to the definitive rock classics, which you do, and you do it so well. It's amazing. But when you hear you guys, it's you. I just love that there's little bits of that in there. I love the music. I grew up with them too, so it's kind of nice. Now you've also individually played and released independently. And which one of yous, I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm going to make it up right now.
It's pretty cool compared to mine.
We're just going to make up words as we go. We're going to have our own dictionary by the end of the, never mind Urban Dictionary. Anyway, like, some of you have opened up for the biggest names in rock, like Aerosmith, Kiss, the Dave Matthews Band, Kid Rock. Like, oh my goodness! So who opened up for them? Like, which one of yous?
Which one of us was? It was Eric. Eric had a pretty. He used to play in a big band in Miami when he used to live in Miami, and I think that was with his band or with his solo project that he did open for all those big names, right?
Wow.
Especially I know because he already he told us like he opened for like kind of like was Kiss.
Yeah, Kiss.
And like he's like one of his favorite band is Kiss. So that was like a kind of like a dream come true for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So have you guys opened, like, has any of the other members opened for big names, or has it just been Eric with his big band before you guys came along?
When I was playing back in the day, and that was before Ramon joined that band as well. So I used to play for this punk rock band called Good Guys in Black, and we did the Warped Tour in 2011, and didn't necessarily open up, but we played the same festival as Black Veil Brides, Simple Plan.
Ooh.
Guys that they are pretty big in Brazil. I remember like listening to them on the radio, and then again, you're going to this festival, and then you meet the guys, and the guys are like, "Hey, you guys want to have a beer in our tour bus?" Like, "Oh yeah, sure." Super cool. It's super cool.
Yeah,
it's a great experience.
The things like besides, like of course, Disciples is it's our main thing for us, but we are professional musicians here in Los Angeles, so we had the opportunity. We do, right? We keep doing it. We support a lot of artists, right?
Mhm, yeah.
Different projects, different stuff. So we feel blessed to be able to be playing and sharing a little bit of our skills for different artists, right?
Yeah.
So we had a lot of we've been playing for big places, for big people all around the world. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely, of course, Disciple is our main thing, but in the meantime, we are like just playing with different people, touring around, playing. So yeah, I mean, I guess they're kind of like those names that you mentioned before, that like iconic rock bands that are awesome. Yeah, we've been doing this like for we've been alone doing this, right? So,
Yeah, long time.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool that even independently you get to do that. Guy, I love your reactions. Just so everybody knows, this isn't audio, but I have them on video on Skype and I get to see them, and it's just classic.
He's the best person. I mean, if you feel down, you have to go hang out with Guy for 2 seconds. And he smile a lot like that. Like it's impossible though. Like, but don't laugh with him.
Oh my god, we were watching right before this interview. We had a rehearsal yesterday with the whole band, and of course we do a lot of shenanigans. We hang out a lot before we start the rehearsal, and they just do videos of me doing a lot of BS or after. It's just ridiculous. I don't know how I pulled that stuff off, but that's just me, I guess.
It's great watching. I haven't stopped smiling since I started this interview.
He's therapy.
He is.
Like, what is your therapy, Ramon? I don't need it. I just hang out with Guy a lot. So,
exactly, right? Well, just when he's talking too about like Simple Plan and like the bands that he's like AC/DC, it's like watching a fan meet their favorite band for the first time. It is so cool to like. I guess people don't think of bands when they meet other bands being kind of starstruck, and you definitely can tell that you are, and it's awesome. Okay, so you were selected as the Eclectic Music Blog number 75 of the top 100 songs of 2015, alongside like Muse. What?
Wait a minute! I thought that was the number one.
Do I just throw this away and just let you guys talk?
Yeah, whenever we have our radio shows. Yes, actually, all the pursue a career music bullshit. I just want to just have a radio.
Just want to have stuff. That's awesome.
Sorry, but sorry about that.
Don't be. I'm having so much fun.
That was so cool. Before I cut you off, that was pretty cool.
Yes, because you played it like alongside Muse, Royal Blood, Foo Fighters, and U2. U2, like wow. They are iconic, and then they're in their own little thing. To be able to play alongside them is amazing.
Being honest with you, that thing like really meant a lot for us, because like besides the classic band and classic rock band that you mentioned before, all the being able to be in the same list that great bands for now that we are. You go to my Spotify list and I'm listening to those bands every day.
Yeah.
You know, and we feel so honored, happy to be just like our name close by to these guys.
Put in
right?
the same list.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why when I read it, I was like, oh my god, are you serious? That is so cool. Now, you were also selected as one of the top 25 best critiqued bands of 2015. And it was in the year-end edition of Music Connection magazine. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you've had so many interviews since you guys have started. It's just amazing. Now, the thing I like best is what you said, what it says in your bio, and I'm sure just from talking to you guys that you're probably part of what this kind of came out. With a strong lineup, experience, and wide variety of materials, your vision and philosophy is quite simple. Complete and total global domination. I loved that when I read it.
Which is not love, right?
Yeah, through music and love,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
creating a community.
Yeah, and a happy community. And it's your intent to proclaim, welcome you all to Babylon. The disciples are coming. And I love that. I love that. Whoever did your bio, like, shake their hand because it's awesome.
No problem.
Now let's talk about your new album.
No, it's what it is. October 5th or 6th. I don't know. I'm not sure. If you guys go to the website, you guys can check it out. That's the official day of release of the album.
Okay.
What we did is like the pre-order of the album is already on. So guys, go and pre-order the album because when you pre-order the album, we will allow you to love that
6th.
October
the 6th.
This song called Freedom. So when you do your pre-order, straight to your account, go
to your iTunes.
You have Freedom, so you can listen to that first song. That's the opening song of the album.
Okay.
That's one of the songs that's out. And like last week, we put our first single, Without You, out. So now you can, like, there's 2 songs are sounding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freedom, Without You, before the album, the full-length album comes out at October
the 6th.
Okay. That they get to go and listen and pre-order and get a
Yeah,
song from it. I mean, go do that. That's worth it.
And
Get a taste of it.
the music video from Without You, we are working on it. We are going to finish to film it as soon as possible. And definitely we are planning to have it before the albums goes out. And so yeah.
That is very cool. I like that you get a free song out of it. Now, if you guys, because you've been around for, like you say, a long, long time, and you've worked with different bands and stuff, and now you're all the disciples of Babylon. But if you were talking to, say, somebody that was just up and coming, a brand new artist, what kind of advice would you give them?
Yeah, man. Like, what I will recommend.
You're not done. No, I'm joking. Totally do it. We need more good musicians.
Go back to college. No, I'm kidding. Basically, what I will do, what I recommend them is like work hard. Networking is pretty important. I guess it's one of the most important things to do because you can be the best flute player in the world, but if you don't go out and let the people know you,
Nobody
you will
will
be
know.
the best flute player in your apartment. That's it, right? So it's good, like networking. I would recommend everybody to network. I think like, especially at least for Guy and I, that we were from outside of the United States, come to MI. Besides had opportunity to be to have lessons with one of the best teachers in planet Earth, and I love MI, and I love all the teachers there. The best thing besides that was like meeting the networking, meeting the people. I'm still having. There's a few friends like I said, Guy and I, we were here like almost 8 years. When you come to a city like Los Angeles, it's kind of people. You see how a lot of people coming in and out, right, of the city.
Oh yeah, LA has this 3-year test drive period. I feel a lot of artists, a lot of musicians in particular, they come here, they start, from scratch. They start building up their network, their careers here. Then the second year, they still have the drive and they are still doing their thing, but they see that it's not as easy as they thought before.
Mhm.
And then by the third year, if they don't have something solid going on, they usually go back to their hometown.
So yeah, so you see
It's
you see
crazy.
a lot of people,
That happens a lot.
a lot of friends going in and out. But the one that we're still standing here. All majority of my friends, they're doing pretty good. They are like making a living doing music, supporting different artists, supporting their own careers. We help each other.
Mhm.
We help each other, and that's all about the friendship and the networking that we did. Along like when we came here, right? So definitely networking is pretty important. That's what would be my first instrument and my first advice for everybody that's new in this. And definitely like respect your career, respect your music, and
Yeah.
if you want to be,
Don't work for free.
That's
Yeah.
good advice.
definitely that's a very good. That would be the
Unless you want it.
Yeah.
Unless you're taking something out of it yourself. And it can be for whatever reason fulfills you. But don't do it
Yeah,
just
sure.
because other people push you to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. That, like, being honest with you, that's a pretty cool thing that you said it. Because, yeah, we think about that. We spoke about this. We spoke about this. Like, the networking is pretty important. But if you want to make a living doing music, just don't do it for free, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's being honest with you is like, if you are doing it for free, you're gonna be the guy that do things for free, and everybody's gonna call you for doing things for free.
Yeah,
If you
exactly.
wanna be like, you have to be the first one to see yourself where you wanna be. You have to be the first one to say it
To tell people
and
how
tell
to
it
treat
loud. I wanna be there. So being honest, when we say that we wanna have like worldwide domination of music, we want to do that. We wanna have our music out, and we wanna we wanna have a lot of people listen to our music.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what we want to do. We do music for the people, and that's what we want. And we are saying it. You know, we say it,
Mhm.
and that's our idea, projecting our idea. So for new people, like networking, don't play for free.
Yeah. I mean, I said
Work
that.
hard.
I said that because you mentioned respect your craft,
Yeah.
respect your music, and that goes along with that.
Yes.
If you respect yourself, you know exactly what you're
And
getting out of it.
practice. And practice, you know, go and put like, I have a lot of people like, what are you doing? Just playing guitar. Oh, cool. Well, I'm just like, we are always playing. We are always
Yeah.
practicing. This is a career that never ends.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, if you are a teacher, okay, you have your degree. I'm telling you because I have my degree in education, right? Yeah, you study, you pass your test, cool, you're good to go. Music is never ending race, never ending.
Yeah.
You know, so respect your career, respect what you're doing, because one thing is like you're networking, how you speak, how do you sell yourself, like blah 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 blah. But now you have to prove that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to be good.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of advice, right?
That was I thought we were going to stick with like 1, 2. No, that was a lot. But that's good. I think overall that's a good starting point.
Yeah, it is. And I like the don't play for free. And I'm not even going to get in, excuse me, the story that I had with one of my artists that came on that was brand new. And I said, no. Because they're going to keep thinking that you're going to keep doing it and you're not going to make any money or get anywhere really. So I'm glad you guys touched on that. That was awesome. I'm also glad you guys didn't touch on it, but you've mentioned it throughout this conversation about how you have to have a friendship and how you have to be able to get along with everybody in the band. So there's no fighting and there's no drama and everything clicks and your music comes out sounding perfect. I mean, it comes out sounding exactly how all of you have got together and wanted it to be. And I think that's awesome that you kept mentioning that throughout because it's very, very true.
It is.
Very true.
If you think about it, in a band situation, you will be spending more time off stage than on stage with your bandmates.
Yeah.
If you don't get along, it's like being in a marriage.
Exactly.
That you can't stand the other part. And and it's like, I don't think this is gonna work out. And definitely, people take it for granted. They just want to play with the best musicians and be surrounded by only the best. But sometimes that doesn't click, and that translates into the music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
If you
does.
don't get along, it will show later on when you listen to the recording.
Yeah, it will. And also you'll see it on stage. You'll see it in your performances.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm really glad you guys mentioned that. Okay, so which songs, I know basically we've talked about them, but which songs are we going to hear from the album that's coming out in October? Now that I got that right.
So yeah, we have Freedom is our opening song of the album. Is probably the heaviest song of the
Probably,
record.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the single.
And the singles Without You.
That's
That's like it's pretty rock sounding song. We're excited about it. Like when the album is like, of course everybody say that, right? But
We're biased, but
we're so happy about the album. Like all the songs are so good. We love. I mean, we're so happy about it. We don't want to brag about it.
Yeah.
Oh, but we are. I'm personally super happy about what we did. The job of everybody done the album.
yeah, I don't want to sound narcissistic, but I do remember when we first got the final files, like the mastered versions of each song. I couldn't stop listening to that thing. It sounded so good, like production-wise and songwriting-wise. Just it's so good when you can fall in love with your own art.
Yeah, and
It just makes you want to keep doing that.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not bragging. It's being proud. Like,
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah,
it.
we're super
Proud of our babies because that's what they are.
yeah, and they are. They're like your babies. You've created them from scratch, and now they're growing up and they're doing great. So yeah, exactly. Okay, I know you guys are really busy. I can't thank you enough for coming on my show.
Thank you for having us.
I'm a huge fan, so this was a
Thank
lot,
you.
a lot for me. I love Guy. I like seriously. I can see why you're therapy. I'm so happy that I left this up as a video, even though people can't see. If you guys have not checked these guys out, go and see them on YouTube. If they're coming to a town near you, buy tickets. Go see. These guys are amazing, and I'm not just saying that. They are amazing, and you're gonna hear the two singles, and you're gonna know that they're amazing because. My favorite is Without You. I don't know. There's just something about that song that it clicked, and I'm just like, okay, I have that on my playlist. Here we go.
Awesome. That's great.
So just so you guys know, if you once you release your album, whatever, this isn't a one-shot deal. If you ever want to come back on, your manager can get a hold of me, or you can hit me up on Twitter, whatever the case may be.
We would love to do it. For
Yeah.
sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, and thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Ali.
you very much.
And thanks for joining me on Allie's Attic. Keep checking my website because you never know what kind of surprises you'll find in my attic. Cheers!